Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your weekly horoscope for September 26th through October 4th. So starting off for this week, I want to backtrack a little bit to September 26th, which was the start of this Mars square Saturn that we are currently going through. And so Mars is in its retrograde in the sign of Aries, and it is in this square with Saturn retrograde that is soon to come out as well, which is a big event that we will see during this week. And so this is a huge moment as our two malefic planets are in this huge square where this is a big time where a lot of difficulties and struggles can come up for those of you, especially with this Mars being retrograde. And so if you are finding yourselves getting stuck in difficulties at this moment, this is a time to breathe, to relax, to de-stress yourself, as this is a time of conflict and difficulty. And so huge time of really paying attention to those challenges and those struggles and to breathe through those moments, to really take your time to relax and to not put a ton of stress and struggle on yourself at this moment. On the 27th, we have Mercury entering into Scorpio, and so we are soon to come up on this Mercury retrograde, which we will see next week. And with Mercury here in Scorpio, we have a different tone as Mercury is leaving this very fair and justice-oriented sign of Libra and going straight into the depths of Scorpio. So this is a huge time of seeing on a much deeper level. And this will be a huge theme as we come into this Mercury retrograde as well, is getting to know yourself on a deeper level. A lot of things that were once hidden coming to the surface with this Mercury and Scorpio, as this is a time of really digging deeper, finding the information that is hidden beneath the surface, really doing some deep investigation during this Mercury and Scorpio. On the 28th, we have Venus making a trine to Mars. And so this is a friendly exchange that is happening between Venus and Mars, our masculine and feminine. And so huge time of working on some creative tasks and projects during this time. And especially as this is a Mars retrograde, you want to pay attention to if you're being lazy, if you're putting things off, really paying attention to what you can do to start to move forward in these areas where you're feeling stuck. And so with this Mars retrograde, it is a time of finding new solutions, finding new ways to work around problems, and this Venus trine is going to help with that as it is bringing in all of this creative energy with this Venus in Leo. On the 29th, we have Saturn stationing direct, and so this is a huge moment that many of us have been waiting for as Saturn is stationing direct here. This is a time of gaining back some traction. We did have this Saturn retrograde that slowed things down, a lot of depression, a lot of heaviness, a lot of hardship, especially as Saturn went through those squares with Mars. And so this is a huge time coming into this Saturn direct that we are starting to gain some more traction. And coming into this, once again, remembering to really take care of yourself coming off of that Mars square Saturn. Really making sure that you are not putting too much pressure on yourself, that you are not putting yourself down with these struggles, these difficulties that we are going through as a collective. But remembering to take your time to move steadily. Remember that Saturn is this planet of restrictions and limitations, and it is in its home sign of Capricorn. And so a lot of discipline is required to move forward in this position that you are in right now. Using this Saturnian energy to really gain some traction in a very disciplined manner, not trying to rush and force things, especially as Mars is in its retrograde. On the 1st of October, we have a full moon in Aries, and this will be one of two full moons that are happening in October. We will see that second full moon on Halloween. And so, huge time as we're seeing two full moons in this month of October of really doing a lot of clearing and a lot of really letting go during this month of October, making room for new in your life. And especially as this is a full moon in Aries, dealing with our first side of beginnings, of identity, of the self. And so, what is it that you can change, that you can do for yourself to move forward at this time? Where do you want to start fresh and make some new beginnings happen in your life? And this is a full moon that will be in opposition with this Mercury in Scorpio. And so this is an out of body opposition, but remembering that we're still clearing this cycle as we're in pre-shadow. And so even though this is a Mercury in Scorpio, we are opposing this energy that we are going to go back to. And so it is a huge full moon of really looking at yourself and looking at the work that needs to be done within your life. Moving forward here on the 2nd, we have Venus entering into Virgo. And so this is a time of really doing the things that you love, that make sense, that fit into your routine, that are a part of your purpose. And so for those of you who have been splurging, who have been doing all of these fun, comforting things to fill up space, moving into this Venus in Virgo, this is going to bring you into a more rational place of really doing what makes sense in your life. And so if you are hesitating on a project, if you are hesitating on a task that you know will benefit you in the long run, this is a huge time to get started on that, especially as Saturn is direct at this point, along with Jupiter being direct, and we will see this Pluto direct take place this week as well. Also on the 2nd, we have Jupiter sextile Neptune, and so this is another sextile, right? We've seen this Jupiter sextile Neptune several times here with this Jupiter in Capricorn, Neptune in Pisces, where this is really about using your imagination and combining it with what is real, what is tangible, because remember that this is Jupiter in Capricorn, where this is realistic. This is what you can see, what you can touch, what you can use. Using your resources at this time to create the dream, the vision of what you want to see happen. On the 4th, we have Pluto stationing direct. And so we are coming out of this place where we've done a lot of internal work of healing, of transformation, of working through these blocks and these boundaries that are happening here on a deep unconscious level. And so moving past these struggles, these difficulties, these emotional hang-ups of where we need to heal and where we need to make changes in our lives, it is time to start to apply these things into your life. And so for those of you who have had this time to recall, to review, to look over these deep, deep wounds and areas that need improvement, time to start the gears moving on that. This is, of course, a Pluto in Capricorn, where this is all about breaking down the old reality, breaking down the old system, the old structure of the way that things once were, and moving forward, creating and shaping a new reality that is better for you. And so with all of this Capricorn that is going on, and with this Venus and Virgo, remembering to be rational, remembering to use what you have, what is tangible, what is here in your reality. I also pulled some cards for this week as well. And so the first card here is Aries in reverse. So a lot of, once again, inner work of really looking at yourself, really taking that time to make sure that you are clearing out the things that don't serve you, the things that you can't relate to, especially with this full moon that we will see on the 1st. Really making sure that you're clearing out all of these attachments that don't serve you in your life, and sticking to who you truly are really taking the time, especially as Pluto is coming direct now, to really look at who are you? Are you attaching or identifying with something that is not truly who you are? For those of you who are still wearing a mask or still attached to an old identity that does not serve you, a lot of clearing, a lot of internal work that needs to be done at this time. The second card here for this week is Jupiter Return. So this is a huge time of creating blessings and benefits. Of course, we're going to see this Saturn and Pluto station direct after a Jupiter direct. So huge time of really starting to get the ball moving. Even with this Mars retrograde, simply a time of finding a better strategy, a better way of going about things instead of just charging in. So what is a detour? What is a better route that can get you towards your success? Huge opportunities here as we are starting to move forward in this direct motion, coming towards the end of the year here as we are leading up to this big, great conjunction with Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. So that was your horoscope for the week of September 26th through October 4th. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And I want to thank you all once again so much for joining. And I want to thank Spirit for making this message possible. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.